Namaste. This is JV and Dr. Vishal Saxena, Associate Professor in Mathematics in Jayoti Vidyapeeth Women's University, Jaipur. Today I am going to discuss on the module the construction of payoff matrix, and this module is a part of the course Operation Research under the program of Bachelor of Business Administration 6th semester and Integrated Bachelor of Business Administration and Law, that is BBA LLB 6th semester of the university. So this subject of operation research is a very important subject and deals with the various models. With the use of these various models we can make a best decision option, a best decision way or the decision strategy in the favorable or the unfavorable conditions, and we can use to make these decisions, we can use the different models of operation research. So the operation research consists of various different models like game theory or the game theory, decision theory, linear programming problems model, and replacement theory, and various different models. So the today's part just that we are constructing a payoff matrix, and this payoff matrix is a very important part of the game theory and decision theory. The game theory and the decision theories are the models in the operation research, and these just are the important models in the operation research because these will provide the best decision option, the best decision output for the different conditions. And the today's topic of payoff and the construction of payoff is a very important part and which just exhibits a great important role in the theory of games and the decision theories. So simply, what is meaning of payoff? The payoff can be just understand as an outcome in the playing of a game. So just when we play a game, then the outcome can be just understand as, can be taken as the payoff, and this payoff will just makes an important part in the theory of games, because when we make a payoff table, so the payoff will be written and it can be given for all the combinations. So now the payoff can be defined also in the terms of the decision theory. So in the case of decision theory, what is the payoff? The payoff can be understand as the consequence resulting from a specific combination. So it is the consequence resulting from a specific combination from a state of nature and a decision alternative. So that means just if we make a combination from a decision alternative with a state of nature, then such just combination is called payoff. And if we just write all the payoffs, if we write the payoffs for all the combinations taken from the all the states of nature and all decision alternatives, then this table is said to be called the payoff matrix or the payoff table. Now we discuss about this topic of payoff and the construction of payoff with mathematical concept and with example. So we are having some slides for this, and now we share it. So in this table we are given that initially the payoff and payoff, just we have explained already that the payoff is a consequence resulting from a specific combination of a decision alternative and a state of nature. While the payoff table it can be taken as a table, it can be taken as a matrix and which shows the payoffs for all the combinations of decision alternatives and states of nature. So if a table shows all the payoffs for all the combinations of decision alternatives and the states of nature, then it is called a payoff table. And a payoff matrix specifies the probable value of different alternatives which depends on the different possible outcomes associated with each. So that means a payoff matrix just will show the probable values of different alternatives and these are depending on the different possible outcomes associated with each. The use of the payoff matrix requires that the several alternatives that would be available. So definitely if we have to construct the payoff matrix, so we are required to have some several alternatives that several different events could occur, and that the consequences depends on the alternatives is selected and on which event or the set of events. So it means we are required to have some several different events like several alternatives and several different events could occur, and that the consequences depends on which alternative is selected and on which event or the means group of event is selected. Next, an important concept in the understanding the payoff matrix is the probability. So probability is now the important concept in the payoff matrix, in the payoff table, and now we just take the payoffs with this example. But the payoffs, we can explain that the payoffs can be expressed in the different terms. For example, the profits or the cost, time, distance, or any other appropriate measure. It means the payoffs can be expressed. So the payoffs just can be written in terms of the profits or the cost, time, or the distance, and different measure as well. Now one example is given that and which shows the just payoff matrix, the payoff table, and we can see there states of nature are given. These states of nature are low and high. So two states of nature are given that one is low and one is high, and we are given that also the alternatives like small, medium, and large. So such type of table can be just taken as a payoff matrix or the payoff tables, and we are given that here the profits. So just profits are given in the lakhs rupees, in the rupees, and just we can understand for the small, the profit will be 8 lakh rupees, and for the small, in the case of the small alternative and with high state of nature, the profit will be the 8 lakh rupees, and in the alternative of the medium and with the low state of nature, the profit will be the 5. And in this way, these this table will show that the various payoffs for the different alternatives and some states of nature. And here the profits are given that in lakhs of rupees. So this kind of table is called the payoff table, and we can see there some alternatives are mentioned and some states of nature are mentioned, and this table consisting of the different payoffs and taken by the particular means a combination of a state of nature and a decision alternative. And now we can understand also this, the outcome of playing the game is called the payoff. If we discuss on the game theory, then what is the payoff? The outcome of playing the game is called the payoff. And a payoff matrix is a table which shows the payments made at the end of a game to a player. So just when we discuss about the game theory, then we can make a payoff matrix, and just here the payoff matrix is constructed by the payoffs, and simply the payoff can be understood as the outcome of playing the game. And the payoff matrix is a table which shows the payments made at the end of a game to a player, and the name of the player just can be written on the left hand side. While just if we discuss about on that for the 2% zero sum game, then the name at the top of the table represents the name of the player who makes the payments. So just the name on the top of the table will represent the name of that player who makes the payment to another player, and the name of the player written on the left hand side is the name is the player who gets the payments at the end of the game. So this is a part of the just payoff and payoff matrix, and we have just seen with several examples and several tables that how can we make the payoff table. The payoff table is an important part of the subject of game theory as well as the decision theory, and simply it will represent the payoff table will represent the just the all payoffs and obtained by a combination of the alternative decision alternative and with a state of nature. And if we just take all the payoffs by all the combinations, then such table is known as a payoff table and a payoff matrix. And we have taken some examples for this. We have given this, and now students are advised to just prepare this topic of payoff matrix and the construction of payoff matrix, and just along with this some objective questions and the descriptive questions, and the descriptive questions should be taken for the examination point of view. And for the competitive examinations, students are advised to just attempt to all possible objective questions and all subjective questions. So this topic of construction of table is construction of payoff matrix is an important part, and with this I conclude my today's session. Thank you.